Good morning, Mr. Hovind. Perfect time.
All right.
So how you doing today?
Man, I'm ready to go home. This 99 months is this, it wears on you after a while.
Yeah,
Gee
we're all
whiz.
praying for you. So we've been trying to keep up
Amen.
what's going on, and I mean, there's a lot going on. So it's like tough to keep up on everything that's going on, and it's like these people are just trying to just keep you in there like a sardine in the can. You know what I mean? And we're trying to get you out here, and it's just amazing how much effort they're trying to put in just to keep your mouth shut, to keep you away, and it's staggering, really is. And my heart goes out to you, brother.
Amen. I can't see what's going on out there. Give me some updates. What's happening? I'm working blind in here.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, Homeland Security. They want a bill passed for more funding. Now they're threatening people. Just saying, hey, it's gonna be consequences if these bills don't get passed. You got Bonner that's trying to pass it, and everything else. They want more, more security on cyber warfare. They're warning about a cyber Pearl Harbor now. I mean, it's just going crazy. It's just trying to scare the people so they get more control. More liberty for more fake security. And it's just like all kinds of tyranny going on. I mean, we got our governor here. I mean, she's rampant on trying to take our guns now. She's a CFR member, and I mean, just like all over the nation, we're just getting bombarded, especially with this vaccine thing. And Rand Paul flip flopping now about vaccines are bad for you. Then all of a sudden, the next day, he rolls up his sleeve in front of the cameras and takes the vaccination. And yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable.
Rand Paul did what now? He wrote, I can barely understand you. Rand Paul
Uh,
preached against the vaccination?
Yeah, Rand Paul made a statement on some news that saying that vaccines do cause mental disorders. So of course the liberal media ran with that. So what does Rand Paul do the next day? Instead of sticking to his guns, he goes off just to pacify them. He goes off, rolls up his sleeve, and gets a measles vaccination.
Wow. Okay.
And this guy, I mean, like I don't
Are
trust
there
this guy. I'm sorry.
yeah, are there any congressmen standing tall doing the right thing?
Not really. I mean, I haven't heard one yet. I mean, they're just like trying to remain silent on this right now. But I mean, I'm sure eventually one of them are going to come out and say, good things or bad things about them. But it's a hot topic. I mean, a local radio show over here was even, saying that there's absolutely no proof that vaccines cause mental disorder. Of course, I had to call in and I told people to go to Google, and the CDC admits it. On the vaccine side effects page on their website. I mean, I just went on with it, and of course they hung me up and everything because they don't want that information getting out.
Yeah. Wow.
And plus, not to mention,
Well,
the people that die almost every day from vaccinations. I mean, I got stacks of news in my office here of people dying from vaccinations, getting sick, and everything else. But no, we're just conspiracy theorists.
man. Well, if you wanted to lower the human population, if that's your goal in life, then there's all kinds of ways to do that. Maybe that's a part of their arsenal of methods of lowering the population. I
Absolutely.
suspect it is.
If you remember Bill
Yeah.
Gates at the 2010 TED conference meeting, he was talking about global warming. He had this formula up, and he said to reduce the carbon footprint on the planet there, we need to reduce one of these numbers. And he was talking about the humans. And he said to do this, we need to come up with newer vaccines. And you could hear the sadistic laughs from the globalists in the audience, like literally laughing because he said one of these got to come down to zero. Well, cocky, like referring to human beings. And he said openly said to reduce reduce this, we need to come up with newer vaccines. And nobody caught on to that. I mean, like that should have been headline news everywhere.
Man.
So I mean, like
Well,
as I'm
as far as global warming and carbon footprint, that is so retarded. The more carbon you produce, carbon dioxide, the faster the plants grow and absorb it.
absolutely.
You don't. Yeah, just plant more trees along the highway, and the problem's solved, or certainly reduced. Uh, this is really, really ridiculous the way to fight this. So,
It
yeah,
is. I
you
think
don't
I
do is
see.
good for the plant.
I
Go ahead.
think I think I seen it on one of your videos. You were talking about that, about how the plant life, the vegetation life, grows quicker and thicker near highways than anywhere else. I think that was one of your
Well, yeah,
videos.
it's absorbing all the CO2. It's good for them. That's what they breathe.
Yeah,
Carbon dioxide.
unbelievable. So
That's
no,
ridiculous.
do you got any updates on your case? Any new
This call
information?
is from the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
Ernie Land, I think it was Ernie yesterday, told me that they finally picked it up on InfoWars, at least as a story, and everything's, there were 87,000 hits or something. Do you have the stats? He said it's really going viral.
Yeah, it is. I don't have them in front of me right this minute, but yeah, I mean, right away it was going viral. I forgot how they title it, a pastor, something like the IRS was trying to stick a pastor away for life, whatever. But it went really viral. I submitted the information over to the news director for the nightly news, Rob Dew. So I mean, they get swamped with the news all the time. So I'm trying to even working for them. It's hard for me to get a story over there because they're so busy and. But I'm trying my best to push the story along for them to actually have this on the nightly news or the Alex Jones show or both. You know what I mean? And because once it gets on the InfoWars nightly news or the Alex Jones show, I mean the story is gonna skyrocket.
Amen. Well, I'm still praying that God steps in a way that's just amazing, like He did. When they crossed the Red Sea. Who would even think to open the water? Or Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. Who would think to preserve them through the fire? Why not from the fire? No, God does things that are just, you never would think of that. Nobody would think of such a thing. Little David with one rock brings down a 10-foot tall giant. So I think God's going to get great glory in all of this. There's certainly no way I can fight these people. When you go into court, everybody's against you. Your judge, your attorney, their attorney. And I have heard that they try to plant people on the jury. I don't know that that's true, but I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, they already lie and cheat and steal. Why not? And this whole thing it's always about money. One of the guys comes to our Bible study now is a millionaire from the D.C. area. He said he spent 96 months in prison, just got finished. Now he's back for another charge. And it was over this mail fraud, conspiracy to commit mail fraud. He said, which is one of my charges. He said, that is one of the dumbest laws ever passed. How on earth? They have to get inside your head. They have to know you were trying to think about mailing a letter which might defraud somebody out of something. Of course, nobody got defrauded out of anything. That law needs to be rescinded. Tell Congress, look, guys, you are giving these different government agencies the clubs to beat us with. Take away their club. Rescind some of these stupid laws, okay? Get rid of this mail fraud law altogether. Just rescind it. Get rid of the IRS altogether. Just delete it, okay? There's all kinds of other people that fight that battle. Just when they've got time to spend all this money on me, a preacher, they have too much time on their hand and way too much money. Take away their money. That's the only thing I see. They don't get it. Kids get in trouble because they don't have to work all day. God said to Adam, cursed is the ground for thy sake. God designed it where people have to work all day, and they don't want to go out and party all night because they got to work. They're tired. They worked, okay? So the curse on the ground, which makes people work, is wonderful. It's for our good. And here we got all these government agents with nothing to do. They don't produce anything. They only can take. It's like a pack of hyenas, Hyenas don't. The wildebeest or the cows, they can take the grass and they don't hurt anybody. They eat the grass. It makes the grass grow faster, and then they produce something. They produce milk and meat. The hyenas, they only take. They don't produce anything. They only take, and that's what. You got to have government. The government in general is kind of like a hyena. It can only take. It doesn't produce anything. So you keep your government as small as possible, which is what the founders envisioned. You keep out of people's lives. Let the people go produce something. So that's why our Constitution is such a wonderful document. It clearly limits our government to just a few things, and it says in the 10th Amendment, anything not spelled out in this document is left to the states. A simple solution would be for our Congress, our federal Congress, to say, guys, We are way overbloated here. Let's cut back to the constitutional limits. Let's eliminate 90% of these bureaucracies that we've created. Let's get back to obeying what the Constitution says. Let's close down this Puerto Rican collection agency we've allowed to come in here and harass our people. Let's shut them down. We've got the Mexican mafia they're going after. Let's go after the Puerto Rican mafia and shut them down. And let's just let people alone. If they commit a crime, that's when you punish them. So, yeah, when I become king, things are going to change radically in America. We're going to have to make some radical changes. Some people aren't going to like it because now they got to actually work for a living and produce something.
Oh yeah, you got about 60.
That'll be a change.
You got about almost 70 million people living off of food stamps now, and welfare and everything else. And every year it's just skyrocketing.
Well, and they just print money. What all printing money does is reduce the value of what you had. I mean, 100 years ago, if you had $10,000, gee whiz, you could retire. 100 years ago, you could buy a new car for $500. You could buy a house for, less than $1,000. So, what happened? $10,000 now just is a down payment on a car. And it's not that things have gone up, it's that the value of money has gone down. Someone did a study, and they said back in the 1860s or 70s or something, a $20 gold piece, 1 ounce of gold, would buy you a brand new tailor-made, custom-made suit and a brand new tailor-made, custom-made pair of boots.
Wow.
Today, a $20 gold piece, 1 ounce of gold, is worth what, $1,100 or $1,200, and it'll buy you a tailor-made suit and a custom-made pair of boots. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
It's that the value of the dollar's gone down. That's all. And that's happened because they got that stupid printing press. Shut off that printing press.
This call is from the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
You have to ultimately lay this blame at the feet of Congress, or part of the blame, because they pass the laws. They allow this. They're supposed to control the budget, and we need some congressmen to get some brains and some backbone. See, they're afraid the people won't stand up with them, and most Christians don't. I think we're getting the kind of government we deserve instead of what we want.
Yep, the people ask for it, and they get what they ask for.
Yeah, they like the free welfare stuff, and don't have to work and get stuff for free. Who doesn't? And Rome did the same thing, and Rome collapsed in a heap because of the welfare state. Once people realize, man, we just got to vote ourselves in a race. Gee whiz, it's all over after that.
Exactly.
Well, I'd love to help any way I can. Is your program or your interviews and stuff, are they up on 2 Peter 3, or are they linked to 2 Peter 3 at all?
Actually, yeah, that's a good question. I've been putting them up on my YouTube channel, and Rudy and all the guys have been sharing them. So I gotta check. If not, I'm gonna talk. Who runs 2 Peter 3?
Randall Boaz Owens.
All right, and I'm gonna
Let me get his email. Hang on, I've got his email here somewhere.
Oh,
yeah,
I got
Randall Boaz Owens at Gmail. Yeah, okay.
I got it from Rudy. But I mean, what I'll do is I'll contact them and see if they're up there, and if they're not, I'll give them the links to do that.
Well, good. Yeah, I think right now what we need is people to pray that Congress step up and do their job. There needs to be a complete investigation.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
We need to pray that Eric Holder does his job and reins in the dogs down here. Say, guys, what are you doing? Why are you going after a preacher? For what? What are you going to gain? We need to pray that the different people working at trying to get this in front of the world court are successful. But mostly, Christians need to pray and say, God, do something amazing. Show us what you can do. So that's my prayer.
Amen to that. And hopefully, we could
Amen, brother.
cause enough steam to get you out of there. Put enough pressure on them.
I hope so. Keep up the great work, brother. And if you need me to call, get a hold of Randall, or they all give messages to me. So you are a blessing. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Love you, brother. God bless you, man.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Yep, bye. And that's Dr. Kent Hovind, still locked away. I mean, it's unbelievable. He's supposed to be out already. And yet they still stick him in the tuna can, so to speak, and, just keep delaying it, because these prosecutors and all that, they don't care. They'll just keep delaying it because they get to go home, to that with their overpriced salaries. They get to go home to their, huge houses and their wives and all that. They don't care. Well, no big deal. We'll just put it off to tomorrow. And put it off tomorrow, put it off to tomorrow, put it off to tomorrow, but they don't care. It's just ridiculous, it really is. And meanwhile, this guy served his time. Regardless if you think he's innocent or not, guilty or not, okay? He served his time, okay? And that's time you can't give back to anybody. And, we know he's not guilty, okay? But, it's time that you can't give back to somebody. It's heartbreaking, really is. But either way, regardless if you think he's guilty or innocent, whatever, he served his time. Okay, plain and simply served his time. He should be out already. He's supposed to be out. Now they're drumming up new charges, taking a sweet time to do this, and it's just ridiculous, it really is. But we're going to hear a lot more from Kent Hovind as time goes on, and hopefully that, blessed day when he gets out, and we're going to try to get down to Florida and, have this all on video and everything else, him getting out and a good interview with him and everything else. And there's going to be a lot of happy people, and, it's just grown. And IRS, you IRS people out there, you prosecutors, a judge and all that, all you're doing is just stoking the fire. The longer you delay, okay, you're just putting more coal into that fire. And eventually that pot's going to blow. And it's going to blow so bad that you can never recover from it. And, like news agencies everywhere picking the story up now. InfoWars just had an article out, and I heard Hagman and Hagman's picking this up. All these big shows are picking this up now. And, it's just, it's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. And if you don't do something, you go by justice instead of your criminal thoughts, okay? You got to pay severe consequences. And that's constitutionally, okay? That's legally. Okay, I'm not making no physical threats. No, not at all. But I'm going to tell you right now, you will be in jail. One day or another, you will be in jail for treason and crimes against humanity, because exactly that's all you people are, is a bunch of criminals. And we are standing up against you. And people like me, I'm not afraid of you people. We know you're illegitimate, okay? We know you're a fraud. Now, I'm not talking about the regular IRS agents. I'm talking about the people at the top. Okay, we know you're criminal frauds, plain and simple. We know you like to pay judges off and the prosecutors off and even the lawyers off, even try to probably pay his lawyer off. I mean, I'm not speaking for his lawyer or whatever, but I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's been done in the past. And juries now are nitpicking people. They're asking people now. I got called for jury duty. I went down for the interview. I didn't even get in the door. The guy says, damn it. Oh, yeah, they said you're excused. Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even get the interview. What they're doing is asking, I've been hearing stories from people at jury duty for the interviews, asking if they've been on, frequently visit certain websites, government conspiracy sites, like that has nothing to do with the case, but, they're asking all these certain things. So what they do is they nitpick through the jury, and they find the liberal trendy there is and put them on the jury. Someone like me would never get on the jury. Never. Because when they find out who you are, what you do and everything else, like it has anything to do with the case, because they know people who could critically think on their own and not just be a bunch of robots and listen to what the judge says, and they tell the jury that they're the power. Okay, no, the jury is the power over the judge. The jury is above the law at that point. Not even the judge himself has authority over the jury. The jury is the power, but the courts like to say, hey, no, you're just the jury. That's all you are. Okay, you're just minions with the power, not you. And the judges threaten the jury half the times, I heard. And, again, they nitpick through the jury. So a good, real good person that knows this stuff, knows how to think, knows his constitution and such, will never get on the jury. Unless you lie. I mean, you have to lie. That's what I was intending to do. When I went through the interview, I was going to lie to all the questions just to get on there. Because, God forbid if it was an innocent man being tried for murder that he didn't do and the state just wanted to put him away, I could have been there to say no. I could have been there to free that guy. But, girl, whatever. But I don't know what the case was about. But anyway, I was just trying to get on the jury to see, from the inside what goes on and the threats made and everything else. And I would have snuck a recorder in and everything else if I had to. And but anyway, it's just a bunch of criminals running the criminal system, and it's something's got to get done, plain and simple. But I don't mean to veer off all about all this, but this is all related to what's going on with Kent Hovind. I mean, I'm sure the jury that's going to be on the Kent Hovind case here is going to be handpicked, specifically handpicked from this judge and the prosecutors. So I mean, I just hope and pray that there's one or two good people in that jury that's going to lie just to get in there, then to free Kent Hovind, to come out justly and free Kent Hovind. But we'll go, the time will tell, and like Kent was saying, God performs miracles, and we're gonna leave this up to God right now, because we know the criminal system, how it works. God performs miracles, and that's what these elite can't stand, is God. God has the final say so. If he says he's going out tomorrow, he's going out tomorrow, and there's not a damn thing the IRS could do about it. Not a damn thing. They don't have enough weapons in the world to stop God if God wants Kent out of jail tomorrow. But that's what we're hoping and praying for. So just keep up your prayers. Take us at 2peter3.com and freekenthovind.com. You want to check those websites out and support Dr. Kent Hovind. I mean, this is going too far. We need to put pressure on the IRS. I mean, if you contact, go on the websites, they got the names of the judge, names of the prosecutors and such, the IRS agents. We need to flood these people with emails, phone calls, continue nonstop to harass these people. Say, hey, listen, he served his time, get him out now. Enough of the crap, plain and simple. But we're about out of time. This is Dan Bidondi for TruthRadioShow.com.